Hello gang, and welcome to Displaying-Model-Behaviour, the Earth's mightiest video podcast. Coming at you live from this little box for the last time for a while. I'm about to go back to England, so no more of this, I've been living in a box, I've been living in a little box. We're going to be back inside the studio with the green screen. It's going to look so good. But before then, there's still a whole bunch of news to talk about. But before I talk about that, I just want to ask you real quickly, if you haven't pressed the subscribe button or the notification bell, please do, because YouTube is doing some weird stuff at the moment. A lot of people have been talking about it. Accounts are getting put on restricted mode and shadow banned, and it's all just like an AI thing that's kind of running amok. AI running amok. Who knew? If only there was some media to warn us of this happening. But yeah, if you do enjoy the nonsense that I do, if you want to just click the buttons to make sure that you still see me coming up in your feed, that would be awesome. And hey, while I'm doing one of those, why don't you give me one of those too? All right. With that being said, there's still stuff to talk about. So let's talk about it. McFarlane might be out of the DC collectibles game, at least as far as action figures are concerned, but boy howdy, are they going down swinging. And they're going down swinging hard, because we got these preview pictures of their Batman Returns figures, and honestly, they look really good. So first of all, we've got Michael Keaton's Batman Returns style, a little bit of a departure from the original Tim Burton look. I always thought he had the different sort of segmented abs, which I kind of felt was change for change's sake. But that's Dave's 35-year-old critique. Then we got Catwoman, Michelle Pfeiffer, again, one that a lot of people have been wanting. And just from this, highly produced photo, does look real good. It's funny, loads of people kind of fancied Catwoman in the early 90s, and I was like, I just don't get it. Doesn't mash my potatoes, this particular version. Then we got the Danny DeVito Penguin, which I remember was a huge, big controversy in 1990, just because mainly McDonald's was supposed to be doing Batman Returns Happy Meals. It was meant to be like a kid's franchise, and then Tim Burton had the Penguin biting off people's noses, and McDonald's were like, this is not what we signed up for, guys. And then finally, well, not finally, but we've also got Christopher Walken, Mac Shrek, one of the most underrated fun villains in any comic book movie. If she tries to blackmail me, I'll push her out of a higher window. In the meantime, I got bigger fish to fry. Loved that performance. He needs more credit, Christopher Walken. Then we got the 2-pack, which is a GameStop exclusive, I think. I'll double check that. So that's a 2-pack of the Penguin and his crazy duck vehicle thing. And then finally, we've got the Commando Penguins as well. So a good looking lineup for your Batman Returns set. Words. All right, next segment. It was almost a flawless segment. Then I kept on talking. Going over to the comic book side of DC Multiverse figures, we've got Failsafe, who's a relatively new Batman villain. Was created, I think, about a year or two ago. And the idea behind the character, I'm pretty sure, is Batman created this AI as a failsafe, should he ever be incapacitated. Well, who would have thought? The AI goes into business for itself and becomes failsafe, this villainous character. There's going to be a mega figure, apparently, so he's going to be a big boy. And actually, I do love the design. Looks kind of Tron, but also a little bit more sinister and industrial. I kind of dig that. So the full reveal will be on the 18th, so we'll have lots of pretty pictures then. It's always fun to see new Batman characters made in action figure form, and you might want to build out an entire Batman Rogues gallery. Question is, though, who's been made and what companies have made them? Well, Legendsverse.com can give you the answer to those questions, and so many more as well. This channel sponsor is your one-stop shop for all of your action figure collecting, cataloging, and correlating needs. You can log your entire display on there, see how much it's worth, and also you can go back into the archives and see what different companies have made what different figures for what different characters, and decide how you could put together your ultimate action figure display. They have so much on there that, honestly, just doing a little advertisement like this barely scratches the surface. Go check it out for yourself. You can click the link in the description below. You can look at everything on there for free. Or if you want to make a little membership, then you can get that, and it's a lifetime membership, and then you're good to go. So yeah, go check out Legendsverse. It's the best thing out there for action figures today, besides Model Behavior and Robo Don't Know and Big Bad Toy Store. That's important as well. Shartimus Prime's great. 3POA guys. There's a lot of good stuff for toy collectors out there, actually. Yeah. But probably Legendsverse is the best. Whew, this kind of came out of nowhere. Wasn't expecting it, but check out this very nice looking DLX Sony Spider-Man. I always say Sony Spider-Man, but that's confusing. I mean PlayStation Spider-Man. And oof, yep, 1/12 scale. That's going to be the first question a lot of people are going to ask. So it's 1/12 scale. It is expensive though. I mean, we're going for like $80 here. They're asking a lot, but DLX, it's definitely more high end. If you have one of these bad boys in hand, you can feel the work that goes into them. I'd be willing to guess that maybe those spider leg Waldos, probably metal, because I've got their Transformers, which are incredible quality. So I can see where the price is coming from, but still, that's a lot to ask. But it is a gorgeous looking rendition of the PlayStation Spider-Man. The joints and connections look very kind of Mafex, but then everything looks a little bit more, I dare say, even compared to Mafex, a little more high quality. There looks to be more kind of texture and more details going on with this. It does look like the definitive PlayStation Spider-Man. Like if you don't have one, I know it's a small thing, but I love the details on the feet. That always gets me. I like it. I really like it. So this is pretty gorgeous. It's up for pre-order now over at Big Bad Toy Store. And yeah, it's a high price for a Spider-Man figure. But man, I do love the PlayStation game as well. That's one of the best media recreations of Spider-Man and his mythos. And I can only guess that maybe there might be a few more versions coming down the line. So I don't know, maybe I want to get it on the ground floor with this one. And also, I just saw they've got like the translucent tips on the spider legs as well. Oh, man, it's pretty. That's all I'll say. It's pretty. Muff Toys have revealed their not Soldier Boy figure, but let's face it, it's Soldier Boy from the boys, and it's pretty much unmistakable because it looks fantastic. Soldier Boy here, this makes me think of the song now. Soldier Boy, I came to roll, watch me crank it, watch me whoa, watch me crank that Soldier Boy and Superman there. I'm not going to do those lyrics actually. Not this is a family show, but yeah, the face sculpt looks fantastic. I mean, really almost uncanny. Some of these unofficial figures actually have officially amazing quality. This is no exception here. So if you want to build out your boys display, I think there is the Mafex version as well. But this, at least from the pictures, looks comparable. If not, maybe a little bit better. Maybe you could pick it up. You can judge for yourself. DB Toys doing a beautiful, really beautiful looking Andrew Garfield Amazing Spider-Man. And I think this is official, but I don't know. I'm a little bit dubious, but I haven't seen anything that sort of lists an official Spider-Man name. Like I could imagine this being called Creepy. Oh no, there it is. Look long enough and you will find it. Yes, this is Worm Man number 2. Okay, the Amazing Worm Man. Why Worm? No, it's not even amazing. Fantastic. Just got to kind of separate ourselves a little bit more. This is officially the Fantastic Worm Man, apparently. Why couldn't it be like Arachnid? Like, Worm's not even close. I guess they're just hedging their bets. Looks real pretty, though. A worm by any other name is still Andrew Garfield's Amazing Spider-Man. So the pictures, of course, they look great. How would it hold up in hand? I don't know. I mean, the question is, how are those soft fabric goods going to hold up over time? I don't know, but honestly, I'd be tempted to find out. I love that he comes with the winter gear as well, the woolly hat, the life preserver. Thor thinks he's going to drown. It looks real pretty. There's a lot of real pretty stuff out there right now, and the only way to know if it's any good is to get it in hand. I can't afford that. You guys can do that. Let me know what you think. We got a big old Ninja Turtle coming out for the 40th anniversary. This is from Big F Toys. Well, they live up to the name. This is a 1/6 scale Raphael here, and I don't love it. I love aspects of it. I love the fact that actually it's pretty clean, you know, because there's been a lot of turtles that have come out recently that I like an overly designed character, but sometimes they got a bit too busy. This is a much more stripped down, classic looking Ninja Turtle. However, not a fan of all the red. Okay, that's a little bit too, well, even more so than the cartoons. But I like it when the turtles just have the different color bandanas. And then they just got like the brown, leathery accessories. Once you start to cover everything in red, I don't know. Aesthetically, I think it looks a little bit, having just said, I don't like an overly busy design, and this turtle doesn't look too busy, the red does make him look a little bit too busy. I do like the mouse ahead accessory that you can impale on the side, though. That's pretty cool. And the spinning effect, too. Michelangelo normally gets the spinning effect, but Raphael with the size here, that's kind of fun as well. It's a nice figure. And I would assume we're going to get the three brothers as well. Right now, we've only got Raphael, but he looks okay. But I think we might be well dealt for Turtles figures right now, but not so much at 1/6 scale, having said that. Normally it's always 1/12 or Joy Toys, even smaller versions. So if you want something a little bit bigger, this might be the best one out there. Another fun little figure for all you furry fans out there, and there ain't nothing wrong with that. We got this cute little pink foxy lady. What's her name? Pink-haired little fox. There you go. Oh, Leah, apparently. There you go. Pink little fox Leah. I honestly think, like, the design is cute. Like, it's cool, and it pops off the shelf. So I got a lot of time for this, especially with the kind of ice creamy, rainbowy kind of colors. Sometimes you just want things that you don't have to be dark and gritty and badass. I mean, of course, like, we are dark and gritty and badass just by our own nature. I mean, stop me if I'm wrong. I'm sure you guys out there, you're all gritty badasses. So occasionally you want a pretty little pink fox on your shelf. And that's what this is. I'm just taking a little look-ski at the pictures here. The big, huge articulated tail is kind of fun. You know what? I got a lot of time for this. I kind of like this. So Lado Toys is the name of the company that puts this one together. And I'm going to have all the release date and information down below. So in the meantime, you can just look at the pretty pictures. There you go. Was I pointing in the right direction? I can never remember which way I'm facing in these videos. Let's go, bub. Blockees have revealed their Deadpool and Wolverine figures. These were kind of previewed about a week or two ago. I did a little video on them along with their Marvel Rivals figures that they were showing off at a recent toy convention. And we've got Deadpool and Wolverine figures at home. But now we have some more as well. And I honestly, I don't know who these are for. You know, and I'm not dumping on Blockees because I like Blockees. I love their Transformers stuff and I'm pumped for their Marvel Rivals figures. But I'm not sure, there is obviously a community for this. There's a market for it. Otherwise, they wouldn't make them. But just in a world where there are so many options for your Hugh Jackman Wolverine and Ryan Reynolds Deadpool, this feels like, a little bit late to the party and a very cartoony kind of style. But maybe people have been waiting. They've been like, I like the figure arts or the legends, but they're a little bit too realistic. I want something more animated looking. Well, this is certainly that. I do like that you've got Wolverine's mutton chops coming out from his mask, because that's something that makes sense. It's nice to see that depicted on an action figure. But generally, it feels like a late addition. But I do like that also you can swap out Wolverine's arms to have the sleeves or the sleeveless. That's a nice little touch as well. These aren't available in the US yet, but they probably will be soon because Blockees always eventually find their ways over to the West. So stay tuned and they'll probably be available soon. Also, Blockees are doing the David Corenswet. I still need to get that logged into my brain. But they're doing Superman. And again, kind of like Wolverine and Deadpool. It's like, the party's still going, so you're welcome to join us. But most people have been here for a while. I mean, Superman in particular. It seems like every man and his dog has done this Superman. I think the only one that hasn't has Marvel Legends, but everyone, Figure Arts, NECA, McFarlane, you name it. We've got a version of this character. And again, like Wolverine and Deadpool, this is a little more stylized, a little more animated kind of looking. Looks super fun. I say super fun. Looks fun enough. It's the model kit type thing. But again, they're model kits. They're all like builder figures. There's not much modeling involved. So if you didn't like any of the other litany of Superman figures, then maybe you might want to pick up this one. One of the coolest things about this particular trip to Hong Kong is, I forgot where I was, this particular trip to Hong Kong, let's keep going, Dave, is that I finally got to see so many of the action figures that I've been talking about for all these years on Good News, but we don't get them on store shelves in the UK or America, I'd imagine. They're all things to order online, but finally, I got to go out with my buddy Dave, another Dave. He's an action figure creator over here who works for a whole bunch of big brands, which is really cool. So shout out to Dave if you're watching this. Thank you so much for taking me around Hong Kong on a pretty awesome toy hunt. And I got to see some stuff like Fancy Realms output, and they're stunning. And this looks like more stunning, awesome stuff. So unfortunately, the only problem with being here is I've kind of got to a taste for the finer things in life, which is funny because the first two figures I bought were Marvel Legends. You can take the man out of the city or whatever the expression is. But yeah, there's so much cool stuff out there. And Fantasy Realm crushing it with their mythical dragons and fantastical beings. This looks like no exception. I might do a little international pre-order because it does look kind of amazing, especially now that I've seen them in person. I know how they look, and honestly, I can tell you, they look even better in person, so I might have to get hold of this. Underverse, man, they just keep on putting out the hits with the beautiful, creepy, artistic, just masterpieces, really. I mean, it is gorgeous what they do. It's expensive too, but you get what you pay for. This particular creation going to be retailing for about $300, but it's 1/6 scale, and it's a collaboration between these different creative forces here. So this is made with renowned Malaysian artist Z Chin. This figure is presented as the haunting puppeteer, and I can see why. Looks pretty haunting, but also kind of cool as well. Looks like a Dark Souls villain that you'd be fighting. And honestly, I kind of dig that aesthetic. So the Art of Action figures on full display here. Underverse, once again, they ask for a lot of money, but they do make some pretty amazing looking things. This was a fun little surprise. Only one picture to go on, so I'll be brief because I'm sure we'll get a full reveal coming soon. We've got John Carter of Mars from the Frazetta Girls lineup. So this is going to be, going up for pre-order quite soon. So when it does, I'm sure we'll have a whole bunch of pictures and further information. And then you'll be hearing me talk about it all over again. So look forward to that. Time once again for the weekly top 10 comic book selling countdown. That's not what it's called. Let's talk about it though. The number 10 top selling comic book. Wow, words are hard. I'm filming this out of order. This is the first segment that I'm filming, and already we're off to a great start. So in the number 10 spot for comic books this week, we have got the Undead Iron Fist issue number 1. Am I the only one who's kind of done with zombies and undead stuff? I'm like, that used to be my favorite thing, and now I'm just like, I'm zombied out. Zombies and multiverses. I'm good. In the number 9 spot, it is Exceptional X-Men issue number 13. Then in the number 8, we've got Imperial War Nova Centurion issue number 1. In the number 7, it's Ultimate Spider-Man Incursion, issue number 4. This is a Marvel-heavy top 10 so far. Then, continuing the trend, issue number 5, One World Under Doom, issue number 7. That's going to be wrapping up that story. Then, at the number 4 spot, Captain America number 3. Wow, it's different. DC, did you forget to do your homework? Then at the number 3 spot, it's X-Men of Apocalypse Alpha, issue number 1. I got to pick that one up myself. Then in the number 2 spot, it's Transformers issue number 24. I've just read the first 2 trades of that series, and love it. It's my new favorite thing. And then in the number 1 spot, it's Welcome Back, Frank. Punisher? that's the sophisticated. Oh no, it is the Punisher. I've come to punish you. It's the French Punisher. Boppity boopy. Anyway, that's just amusing myself. Punisher Red Band, issue number 1 in the number 1 spot. I am the Punisher. Oh, God. And folks, that does it for Good News for today. What did you think about the items covered? Comment below and let me know. And if you like what you see here and you want to see more, well, first of all, if you could press that like button or the subscribe button, the notifications, all that kind of stuff. Because as I said at the start of this video, we got to battle against the algorithm to keep this channel going. So I really appreciate that. And I then doubly appreciate anyone who's a channel member. Guys, thank you so much because you literally give me the means to keep making these episodes. So God bless you. Thank you so much. And if you want to get a channel membership, well, there ain't no limit. You're welcome to. Yeah, this party can just get bigger and bigger. So that would be wonderful, gang. Thank you so much for however you support the show. Even if it's just watching, my goodness, every single one of those can help me get elocution lessons so that I can speak properly and make sentences. It's not as easy as I make it look. I'm not making it look easy. Gang, thank you for watching. And until next time, keep displaying model behavior.